So, after a very long and very shouty day, all I have to say is one thing: yeet. That's pretty much all I have to say. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strunk from QuickTime Reactions, and I just got back from the Royal Rumble up here in Indianapolis. This is my first, not only my first Rumble in person, but also my first WWE pay per view in person, which I think is absolutely awesome that I was able to experience this in person and not just, from my home. I would have enjoyed it in my home, but, you know, I would have thought that, experiencing it live would be really, really cool, and it is really, really cool. And I'm very fortunate to have had great opportunities in my life to make some money and be able to, because I know some people wanted to go but couldn't. So I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. Um, so yeah, enough about me. Let's talk about tonight. So I was sitting on the floor. I know you can't see it that well, but there you go. 2025 Royal Rumble floor seat. I was sitting on the floor, and it was absolutely awesome sitting on the floor. Just experiencing everything from the floor, from like entrances and stuff. And I will be um, uploading entrances to my YouTube channel as quickly as possible, because there are a few that I completely lose my crap over. So that'll be fun to watch and relive. But let's go into the review. We first kick off with the women's Royal Rumble. Starting number one was Io Sky, and number two was Liv Morgan. I'm not going to go necessarily beat by beat in the Rumble. I'm just going to talk about who the entrants were, um, and the winner, and what I think might happen for WrestleMania. Uh, at number three, we have Roxanne Perez, which, considering what happens later on in the Rumble, I would have thought she would have been eliminated by Bayley to kind of set up like her direction, not only for Mania week, but also just uh, in general, because she's kind of, I don't want to say aimless right now, but her thing with Bayley is certainly kicking up. So I would have thought she would have been eliminated by Bayley, but hey ho, whatever. Um, in at number four is the women's IC champ, Lyra Valkyria, who unfortunately had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction during the Rumble, but it got fixed. Don't worry. In at number five, Chelsea Green, who actually put up a really good showing in the Rumble match itself. She got, I believe, two. Yes, where is she? Yes, two eliminations, which is absolutely insane considering the fact that she's not had like the best track record with Rumbles. So I'm glad that she was able to get in a good showing here. Number six was BFAB. Seven was Ivy Nile. Eight was Zoe Stark. Nine was Lash Legend getting a shout out from NXT, which I thought was really, really cool. Um, Number 10, Bianca Belair. Um, Number 11, Shayna Baszler. And number 12, Bayley, last year's Rumble winner, um, in there. And number 13, Sonya Deville, all of Pure Fusion Collective now in the ring. Number 14, Maxine Dupree. 15, Naomi. Number 16, Jada Parker from NXT, getting a little bit of eyeballs from the mainstream audience, and I think she put in a pretty good showing tonight. Number 17, Piper Niven. Number 18, Natalia. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe Natalia has been in every single Women's Royal Rumble. I think. Again, make sure to fact check me down in the comments. In at number 19, the worst kept secret in the world, Jordan Grace, making back to back Rumble appearances after her shock appearance last year, but now she's actually signed. Um, Number 20, Michin. 21, the return of Alexa Bliss. And she had on her jacket Fiend Forever, which is a nice, lovely little tribute for Bray Wyatt, who she worked with quite a bit. I'm so happy that she's back and hopefully on a full time basis. Number 22, Selena Vega. At number 23, Candice LeRae, who's helped out Nia Jax in recent weeks after Stratton turned on her. Number 24 from NXT, Stephanie Vaquer. She actually had a pretty good showing in this Rumble. Had stare downs with uh, Bianca, Naomi, Bailey, and of course her NXT cohorts. Spoiler: Julia was in this Rumble, and also Roxanne Perez. 25 was crazy. Trish Stratus was at 25, which I was like, holy crap! And it's on the video that I'll post later on. It said 25 on the Tron, and it has been 25 years since she made her uh, WWE debut back in 2000. So I'm wondering if we'll get more matches from Trish in this year to kind of celebrate 25 years. I don't know. Number 26, Raquel Rodriguez. 27, the announced return of Charlotte Flair. At number 28, like I already said, Julia. 29, Nia Jax. And in at number 30 was Nikki Bella. Um, I was actually really, really shocked that Nikki. I mean, I heard some stuff that Nikki was wanting to make a return or wanted to wrestle again or wanted to go back to Nikki Bella. And I just didn't know it would actually be tonight. Um, the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble was Charlotte Flair, who last eliminated Roxanne Perez, which I find very interesting. She was a trooper tonight. I think she broke Bailey's longevity record, which was um, an hour 3 minutes. She did it. She lasted an hour 7 in the Rumble, almost an hour 8. So, congrats to Perez for potentially breaking the women's longevity record. But yes, Charlotte Flair has won the Women's Royal Rumble and will probably most likely challenge Tiffany Stratton for her title at WrestleMania. Next up after that is the tag title match between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, after the Rumble, it's going to be that little bit of a lull period, but I actually think that they were able to get the crowd into it towards the end. I was into it all the time. Of course, DIY picks up the first fall with Ciampa hitting a knee strike onto, I believe, Sabin. And then Motor City pick up the second fall after hitting their tag finish. They're about to hit their tag finish for the third and final fall, but two guys in hoodies show up and cost uh, the Machine Guns the match, allowing DIY a hit, meet in the middle to retain their tag titles. And it is revealed that those guys in hoodies were the Street Profits, and they end up attacking DIY and make it known that they are after those tag titles as well. So again, pretty solid matchup, and I'm very excited to see the direction that this story between DIY and Street Profits goes in the next upcoming months. After that was the WWE title match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in, of course, a ladder match. This was physical from the word go, um, and it was straight up a ladder match. Like there were no tables, no chairs, no nothing. It was just all ladder spots, and they were all terrifying. I need to wet my whistle a little bit because, as you can tell, my throat is very raspy. Anyway, back to the ladder match. Like I said, physical from the word go. Owens, of course, doing the Homer over a fire hydrant spot where he goes spine first on the razor thin portion of the ladder. Owens hitting a fisherman buster onto Cody onto a ladder bridge, which ends up bringing the doctors out and Sami Zayn out, who tells them both, or Sami tells both of them something we don't know. Um, Towards the end of the match, Owens was going to try and hit a package pile driver on Cody through a ladder, but Cody was able to reverse it, hits an Alabama slam through the ladder, and that is able for him to go up and unhook the titles. So really good match, and then afterwards, Cody beats the piss out of Kevin Owens, or well, maybe not beats the piss out of him. He just basically stands over him and says, holds up both the belts and, is the better man. So, considering what happens in the men's rumble, I'm going to say that the chamber match in March will probably be to determine Cody's number one contender. Um, but again, that's just my speculation. But let's talk about it right now. Let's go into the men's Royal Rumble match. In at number one is Rey Mysterio, who is going to try and do this for his friend Eddie, of course, as he said in the Rumble kickoff show. And in at number two is Penta. Now, if you guys have seen my fantasy booking video, you'll actually know that I suggested something very similar to this, where Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Rey Phoenix have some good lucha stuff, but they have some pretty good lucha stuff in the beginning. There was one moment where Penta goes over the top rope, and I swear, watching it from the big screen, it was literally like foot, the way that he touched. And it was like, ooh, is he eliminated? Is he not? Um, but Penta also a trooper in this match as well, probably lasting the longest at 42 minutes, even though he was probably eliminated early on. But hey ho, we're gonna overlook that because this Rumble was really, really good. Um, in at number three is Chad Gable, who of course is berated with "You Suck" chants. In at number four is Carmelo Hayes, who, funny enough, he says Mello don't miss, but Mello was actually the first person to be eliminated in tonight's Rumble match. So, yeah. In at number five is Santos Escobar. In at number six is Otis, who's chucking fools around and ends up getting a stare off with Chad Gable, and they exchange some moves. In at number seven is the IC champ, Braun Breaker, and he's wrecking fools left, right, and center. And then Hayes is walking up the ramp because he was eliminated by Breaker. And in at number eight is supposed to be Akira Tozawa, but Hayes attacks him on the ramp. Trainers bring Tozawa to the back, and Triple H looks around and grabs Speed. Yes, I show Speed, is in this Royal Rumble match. Now, before you look all quizzically on me, I actually thought that Speed served his purpose very, very well. Um, he and Breaker eliminate Otis, which I thought was hysterical. And then Braun runs the ropes, spears Speed out of his shoes, and then eliminates him. See you, bye, Speed. In at number 9 is Sheamus. In at number 10 is Jimmy Uso. Number 11 is Andrade. Um, and at number 12 was Jacob Fatu. Now, Fatu was an absolute beast in this Rumble. He got, I think, maybe the most eliminations out of it. Well, no, Roman got more eliminations than him, but he put in a really good performance tonight at the Royal Rumble. In at number 13 is Ludwig Kaiser. In at number 14 is The Miz. In at number 15, again, probably one of the worst kept secrets of this Rumble, but say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry is in the Royal Rumble. Um, and I was so happy to see him. So, so happy. If he hadn't shown up in the Rumble, I may have knocked it down a little bit, but he did, so I'm very happy. In at number 16 is the OTC Roman Reigns, who's throwing fools out left, right, and center. He eliminates Breaker, he eliminates Sheamus, he eliminates Miz, and he also eliminates Hendry from the Rumble, which, Hendry was pretty much like in and out. So, he could probably go and catch the Jericho Cruise. So, it was a pretty simple day for him. Um, in at number 17 is Drew McIntyre. In at number 18 is Finn Balor. 19, the U.S. champ Shinsuke Nakamura. In at number 20, Jey Uso. Yeet. Um, 21, the return of AJ Styles with his old WWE theme, his face WWE theme, which I was very happy to hear in person. In at number 22, Braun Strowman, who, of course, he and Jacob Fatu had a very brawly match on Saturday night's main event, and Braun was actually able to eliminate Jacob Fatu. So that makes me think we'll probably have a rubber match between the two at some point. Maybe on a SmackDown, maybe on a Raw, maybe at Elimination Chamber. Who knows? Um, in at number 23, it's John Cena. 24, CM Punk. 25, Seth freaking Rollins. 26, Dominic Mysterio. 27, Sami Zayn. 28, Damian Priest. 29, LA Knight, yeah. And in at number 30 is Logan Paul. The final 6 of this Rumble was Roman, Jay, John, Logan, Punk, and Seth, which I think was an awesome final 6 pick because to me, that is like though you can set up rivalries from that um, for that, and I think that it did considering what happens with the eliminations. Um, Roman and Seth, of course, lock eyes in the Rumble, and they start fighting each other. Roman's got Seth up on his shoulders and is trying to eliminate him. Then Punk goes up and eliminates both of them. And then Logan Paul, for the ultimate heel, he eliminates Punk from the Rumble. And we are down to 3, which are Jay, John, and Logan. Of course, Logan is no match for Peacemaker, and he's out of there. And we are down to John and Jay. They have a pretty good exchange. Of course, Cena hits his moves of doom. Um, they're both on the apron. Jay hits a super kick, and John's on wobbly knees. Jay goes in for the kill shot, but Cena is able to pick Jay up on his shoulders. He's going to go for an AA on the apron, but Jay eventually worms his way out and shoves John off the apron. His feet touch the floor, Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble match. Now, I didn't have Jey winning this Rumble. I don't think anybody had Jey winning this Rumble. I think it was probably either Punk or Cena as one of the two. But having Jey win this Rumble, I think solidifies him in a huge way. He is main event Jey Uso now in my eyes after winning this Rumble. This Rumble win solidifies that tonight. And he did a really awesome job in this. The celebration in the stadium was crazy, and everybody was yeeting their way out of the stadium tonight. So, yeah, that is all from the Royal Rumble of 2025. Was it the best Rumble, the most stacked Rumble? I'd have to let it kind of sink in because it's kind of like knee jerk reaction. But I had a really fun time at this event. I had a really fun time with both Rumbles. If I had to pick one over the other, I would say the women's Rumble was probably better. But both Rumbles were formatted very similarly. They were both like back heavy, I would say, with stars. Um, but hey, that's maybe not a bad thing sometimes. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. My voice is about to go away, so I'm just gonna head out and say goodbye. And I've enjoyed my time here in Royal Rumble weekend, so I'll catch you guys later. I'll see you next time.